And so, we return to London. It is currently the 9th of October, 1922. Don't ask me what day of the week it is. I haven't checked yet.
I was just about to ask.
I will let you know when I know.
Okay.
It is some day of the week, but it's definitely the 9th of October. And the members of the society have received I am reliably informed it is a Monday. It is Monday, the 9th of October, 1922. And the society has just received a mysterious, badly written note and are gathered together at their address at Grosvenor Square. It is also, for the information of anyone who cares, the moon is halfway, it's waxing but still quite large. I don't know what the technical term for the moon is, and the weather today is rainy.
Good to know.
So you are gathered together, you've got this note, some of you have been doing some light reading, you've perhaps got some books to hand. Otherwise, what have you got around the table with you? What are you doing? Is your focus just on, the nice tea and scones in front of you, or have you brought some things to fiddle and fuss with?
Definitely the scones. Now, this note that we got, what was it written in? I mean, crayon, marker?
I would say
quill.
Ink, like pen ink.
Okay.
Like, it's quite blotchy. There's a couple of, blots on it. In fact, it looks like the notepaper was folded over, and there's, almost a reverse image of the letter on the other half. Yeah, so it looks like it wasn't blotted correctly before being, shoved in an envelope.
Okay. So someone was in a hurry.
Yeah, and there is no address written on it. It's been shoved in an envelope and then just
through
the door. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's roll back the security videotape and see who it was.
I mean, we can open a door to that point in time and try to look through it, but I don't think that's...
See, the engineer always has the right solution.
Always. Seems like it, yeah.
It might be overkill, though.
Gentlemen, I have an idea, and I'll be transparent. It might be a terrible idea.
But the most best.
I'm discovering that. Roger will hold up the book, the Stranger of the Small Pond. I'm discovering a lot more in this, and I think there's still much to uncover, but there's something I found, and I'd like to give it a shot. It might help us. It might give us a clue as to how to proceed. I'm honestly not sure. You all might have more experience in this. I've discovered what, for lack of a better term, might be considered a spell to maybe peek into the future.
That might be useful.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, spells are actually real. I don't know any, but I believe they're real. And so it may be worth it, but I know there's always a cost with things like that, but I don't know what the cost would be to you.
True. Everything has its cost. But from the way things are sounding, it seems like it could be worth the attempt.
Would it?
If this...
Just thinking, does it say what sort of glimpse into the future? Just a general glimpse, or do you have some sort of control over it? Or is that still vague? I'm guessing it's probably going to be vague if you've just found it. It won't really give you that much information.
I'm not entirely certain of what it would entail, I think maybe I might have some control. I'll be honest, I have not attempted it yet, so that would I would probably find out.
Maybe worth it.
Yes.
Who knows?
I didn't want to do something like this that could possibly involve everyone in the society without discussing it with you first.
Well, I mean, if you wanted to try it out, just go back out in the backyard, behind the house. I mean, at least you'll be closer to where we'd need to put you. That's the standard place we store things that may not have been entirely.
Are those humps in the ground that I've been seeing?
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense.
Okay. You see behind you, like James just gives a little like, and goes back to pouring the tea.
That makes even more sense. Okay.
No, there's. That is just the rose garden. I assure you, there is nothing to worry about in the back garden.
Oh, right.
Yeah, those roses. The roses look as if they've been there for some time.
Apart from the statue, of course. But other than that, there is no reason to do anything with the back garden. What goes, sir?
Hang on. Is the statue...
Oh, thank you, James.
Is the statue anything interesting or just a statue?
The statue. Oh, do you not know?
There is a statue out there. I've been told. I'm just.
Yeah, the dragon statue.
Yes, yes, the one on a plinth.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's a bit of an unusual statue to have in the garden, but oh well.
I mean, isn't that the one from the diaries?
I was told, I wasn't there. It was brought back from an expedition. I was informed. Wait, who brought it back? Was it you?
Yeah, surprisingly, it was an in-country expedition, not.
Through. No, this is me as the keeper trying to remember how long ago this happened. As to
would have been
which ones of you were responsible, and whether it was you or the previous people.
Wasn't it one of our one-shots?
No, that was. I just wanted to check that the dragon incident. I think that happened before your current characters. Yes.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. Just wanted to check that I wasn't telling you something that you were there for. Ignore all that. Some previous members of the society took a trip to Leicestershire and came back with what they told me was a dragon. I mean, definitely the statue looks like a dragon, but I mean, I'm sure I don't know if you spent much time out in the garden in your time here.
No.
And those of you who have spent time in the garden would have noticed that the dragon is not sort of posed how you'd expect, like a statue of a dragon to be posed. It's very lifelike in a way. Sort of as if it had been frozen mid-move, like turned to stone halfway through, like movements.
It's a dynamic pose.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, but I won't distract you any further. Sorry. Didn't mean to
Quite
interrupt your
James.
business, sirs.
No, I can't say I've spent much time back there. I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan of rose gardens.
No, it's not worth digging into, though.
No. Well, if you would prefer, I could attempt this in the back garden. No, I know. I mean, it's raining. I would,
If you don't want to, I could try. I mean, learn it first and then try.
It took quite some time. I mean, I could certainly try. I mean, if there's a private room, unless you would prefer to witness and assist. I'm still learning how all of this works.
Just imagine the difference that we fell through time and what happened around, right? If you can just look in the future and all the knowledge, and then do, oh yes, I definitely want to witness that.
Mr. Avery, you scare me sometimes in the best way.
Oh, sorry, that wasn't intentional.
No, your brilliance is spiced with a dash of madness, I would say.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't read the books then.
No, it's a compliment.
Oh, good.
The machine. I mean, you say you created that machine down there, what, 14 years ago at least?
Yeah.
Perpetual energy, like you Yes. No. I think the best bits of genius are spiced with a little bit of madness. But sorry, I didn't mean to monopolize the table here. But I thought maybe it could be of assistance.
I'm sure it won't do any harm.
What harm could there be in dabbling in these?
There could be a lot.
Oh, I know. Yes. Sarcasm.
Well, it's worth a try. It's another avenue for information that could be useful. Other than that, we may have to look into this St. Agnes, whether it's a place or a building or a property or who knows.
Question for the storyteller. I can't remember if I asked this last session because I didn't make a note about it. St. Agnes, does that ring a bell for Rogers having spent time around London?
I think we cleared that it wasn't an area of London.
Okay.
In terms of the broader sort of knowledge of St. Agnes, you know there's a couple of churches in London called St. Agnes. But there's nothing about them that particularly leaps out to Roger's mind as them being notable.
Okay. Well, gentlemen, it's a fairly common name. I mean, I've heard of some churches sharing that. I mean, are we? Because I know we discussed, Mr. White, the beef with your business. Would we prefer, I guess, trying to peek into that, or this St. Agnes, Mr. Roby situation?
Well, my brother has mentioned he does want me to start getting involved with the import-export side of thing, so I believe that information that we're after will just more or less fall in our laps. I've spent some time just catching up on the manufacturing side of things outside of London, so that'll be the last bit of the business I need to catch up on now. So I think it'll be a logical thing, no real need to push it, that'll just come, I hope. But it'll be interesting to find out what's going on there.
Fair. Well, I guess if we want,
either works.
I will admit, the wording of the note about Mr. Roby has me a little worried, possibly time sensitive. I don't know if it was just.
That's a very good point.
Yeah, the spelling of no now. Maybe it was just someone not knowing how to spell, or not so cleverly hidden hint.
It could just be the lunatic ravings of someone who's gone insane.
That is also entirely fair.
So, yeah, I think, as you say, that note and the issues we've had could be time sensitive.
I think so. Well, Tempus Fugit, gentlemen. I guess if you want, I could, and Roger will lay the book on the table. I guess I can give this a shot.
Are there any things you need for the spell? Items or...
It does not seem so.
That's good.
Going on what I've discovered hidden within the text, it seems like it's just me and maybe a little bit of my own grasp on reality, possibly.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you go insane, we'll grab you.
Yeah.
Fair. I guess it wouldn't be the first time, yes?
It's, yeah, not uncommon. Well, not that common, but
Uh,
James, do you have the net ready?
Sorry? James sticks his head around the door.
Do you have that net ready that we, the butterfly net, in case we have misfire? Wink, wink.
James looks at you with confusion for a moment. Haven't conducted James here. How am I to see? I can go and buy you a butterfly net, sir. I mean, Nigel.
Well, put that on the list of things to get, but it's a little late tonight, I think. But excellent thought, though.
I'm confused.
I don't think
we
you're
are.
alone in your confusion.
Okay.
Yes. So as James looks out again, what is it you would like to do next? What are you doing?
With, I guess with the permission of the table, Roger would like to cast Bespeak the End of the Day as he learns how this works.
Okay.
Nigel, say go ahead and slightly roll back from the table.
Okay, right. Let me just do. So you're trying to look into the future.
Going on the wording grants a picture of a specific moment, so I have to choose a specific moment.
Yeah. What part of the future
I guess
will
a
you
specific
like?
a specific
you-
moment would be Alexander Roby summoning Carcosa.
Okay. Right. Do you want to see the moment that he's trying to call Carcosa?
Yes.
Okay. So
And
I would like you to give up 6 magic points.
yep. And that's the left side. 9.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I had to do math there.
And I would like you to roll me only 1d3.
Yep.
It's a very baby.
I don't have a D3, so is
Oh,
that just
sorry.
/R?
Yeah, /R1d3.
Okay.
I forget that. Look, this
Yeah,
is the wonder of
it's only
Roll20
even-
is you can roll the dice that don't physically exist in the world.
Yeah. It's all even numbers.
Or otherwise, you can just roll a 1d6 and half it. That's
Oh, fair.
it's what you do if you're limited by physics. You can't practically 3-sided die.
Limited.
1d3 comes up a surprising amount in Call of Cthulhu like modules, and I'd like to think that they're just determined to fit non-Euclidean dice into the system. Like,
Just a little bit of insanity in the dice.
Yeah.
So that's 2 sanity.
yes, so you lose 2 sanity, and I also need you to make me a power roll. And you're looking for a hard success here.
Okay.
So,
well, I mean,
so
no.
you
that's-
start to speak the words and make the signs from the book. You're trying to push through to see this moment in the future. Yeah, the book there's a lot of some of it's words, but there's hand movements that are eventually decoded from the text that are involved here.
It's almost very Doctor Strange.
Yeah, you always have to gesture. As he makes moving and twisting his hands into these signs. The rest of you, give me a spot hidden roll as he's moving his fingers. Those of you who are not Roger, see if you notice something here. No, it seems not. I
mean,
so Martin and John, you.
Sorry, I had the wrong name selected.
John? Who's John?
John Greaves.
Is this John in the room with us?
No, but he was at the library.
Yes, yeah, John. No, he was away on leave that day, so you couldn't speak to John Greaves. But yeah, so Martin and Nigel, you don't see this, but Avery, you notice for a moment as he sort of forms his hands into these signs, one of them very briefly looks like almost a reversal of the sign you saw painted on the wall of the house and the sign that was on the clothes that Michael Gillen was wearing.
Oh, do that one again.
Yeah,
do
that's
that
right. It
one
was
again.
sort of a reversed version of that for a moment in his hands. Roger,
Sorry, Mr.
your
Collins,
mind
I
is
need
sort
to
of
focus.
focused on trying to sort of push through. You feel this sort of sense of resistance. And you realise for a moment that you can either sort of push through and continue to cast this spell with some negative consequences, or you can let it fail.
Oh. We're in too deep to pull out now. I'm going to push through. Chance the consequences.
Okay.
Is that another power roll?
I would like you to roll me a 1d6
Oh, okay.
and a 1d8. This
1d6
is
and 1d8.
for failing a casting roll.
Okay. So I'm just
Hang on,
doing
let me just check something.
Uh-huh.
No, you do get another power roll first.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've done this, and sometimes I skip bits of this step because I am
No worries.
an incompetent. No, because of narrative reasons. Because I didn't read the full paragraph.
Yes.
It's an
Still
entire
looking
page.
for a
Yeah, you're still looking for a hard
hard
success.
success.
This is pushing on with this.
Oh!
Okay.
Would it behoove me if I got an extreme success?
No. This is more
Okay.
just you're not going to lose a lot more magic points and sanity than you would have done originally.
Gotcha.
And also, maybe have some blood flowing out the walls.
Again.
That's happened in the past, but yeah,
Oh my god.
for a moment you feel this tension, and then you sort of push through it, and you see a moment in the future, and you're looking at a room that is this very bare, sort of plain room. There's a small window up in the wall, and a bed in it. But other than that, there is no furniture. And the door, as you can see, is this quite hefty looking door. There's a little, almost this observation grill in the upper part of the door. And the distinct impression you get from this is a door that locks from the outside, not the inside.
Gotcha.
And as you're looking at this sort of cold, unfriendly room, there are two figures in this room. One of them is this sort of thin, dishevelled looking man with blonde hair. He looks worn and sort of was exhausted. He looks like he's been worn to the bone. He looks to be somewhere in his late 30s, maybe older. And he is muttering something. He is saying words that sort of set the hairs on the back of your neck on end. They remind you somewhat of the words you've just spoken. A similar sort of cadence to them as he is moving his hands through signs and symbols, and as he does so, you can feel the building seems to tremor around. There seems to be a storm going on outside, and this man is not alone in the room. You can see there's almost the light, there's this figure silhouetted against the light, and a long shadow is cast over this dishevelled looking man. The figure you see is, well, you can't see them clearly because the light is right behind them, but what you can make out of them is they are taller. They sort of seem much more composed. But there's this, as they turn for a moment, you catch the side of their face in the light, and you can see this almost gleam of excitement in their eyes, this grin, and they go, "Yes, keep going. We are nearly there." He's wearing what looks to be... I'm trying to think of the right term for the time. I'd say, yeah, no, it would be... It looks like a uniform, like an orderly's uniform. Like a nurse or an orderly. And, yeah, the building trembles for almost a moment. And then you feel as the world almost shifts beneath you and around you. And so the light in this room comes from an electric light. Outside it is dark. And the world shifts for a brief moment and then falls back. And you hear a mutter of annoyance from the man standing over the figure. Didn't work. What did we do wrong? I don't know. Something's not right. The lake. I think we need the lake. And then the vision fades. And I need a sanity roll from Roger.
I was predicting that. That makes sense.
Roger, you will lose 3 further points of sanity as you return to the present moment. Like, what you saw was very, like, clear and real, and it was like for a moment you were there looking into that room, an unseen presence in that room in another place and potentially another time. And now you're back in the society.
All right.
Yeah,
Did it work?
yes, yeah. it worked. Where did I was I what happened? Did I go anywhere?
No, you were here. You did that one symbol that we had found on the wall, just other way around.
Oh, the symbols with my hands?
Yeah.
You recognized one of them?
Yeah. I mean, it's the one from the wall, and from the clothing, just like the other way around. I mean, like inside out, kind of.
It didn't have. Did it have any effect on you, Avery, when you recognized it?
I mean, not more than usual.
Okay.
I saw something as if I was there. A room. Just a plain room, almost like a cell. 2 men. 2 men in this room. One struggling, muttering word. It felt like the words he was uttering were almost similar to what I was attempting. And another standing over him, almost charged over him, almost commanding him. I think this may have been the gentleman. The note spoke of Mr. Roby, possibly one of them. They were attempting a spell. I mean, I tried to see the moment Mr. Roby would summon Carcosa, so I imagine this is it. But it didn't work. It failed. Sorry. It's a lot to take in. The world shook. It was dark outside. The gentleman who stood over him kept urging him forward, keep going, we're almost there. But it failed. And he said something to the effect of, they need the lake.
Did you notice a window? Sorry, did you notice a window in the room? So it might give us an idea of where it was.
There There was, yes, there was a small window, up in the wall, and really and you'll see Roger kind of look off, trying to remember. There were two openings. There was a small opening in the door, almost. It was almost like a cell door, like small bars to peek out or peek in, and it seemed as if it was locked from the outside. But yes, there was a small window, peeking to the outside. I could see that it was night.
I'm just
There was
wondering-
not but a small electric light in the room.
Did you get a
Hmm.
Did you get a good look at the man who was urging him on, or what did his voice sound like?
The gentleman that was urging him on, no, he was cast in shadow. The light was behind him. I only saw his profile for a moment, but there was...
I could try and sketch it if you want. If you can describe it, I could probably try and come up with a sketch of what you saw, just his profile, perhaps.
Possibly, yes. The gentleman performing the incantation, I saw him much better. The one in shadow,
I could try and do either of them.
Yeah. I saw a sneer, a smirk. Question for the storyteller: was there anything distinctive about the voices, or any way, just anything beyond, like, I guess, a normal voice to describe?
Yeah,
Like
I
a
would
regional
say
accent?
give me a retroactive listen roll here. A regional accent.
Gotcha. There it is.
I don't know.
Going-
Of course, if he'd had a distinctive regional accent, I, as the keeper, would have given him that distinctive
Yes.
regional accent.
We're gonna go back to the future and listen. Oh shit! Oh, sorry.
Let's see. Let's also see how much of an ear. Right, got the right tab in. Okay, how much of an ear does Roger have for accents? I would say, normally. I mean, it was definitely a British accent. But there's lots of those. But I would say that Roger would actually sort of be able to place this accent.
Okay.
Because this accent is what I'd call like a very sort of upper class Scottish tinged accent, like an Edinburgh accent.
Hmm.
But this is sort of there's just a slight hint of Scottish there, but it's mostly very much public school accent. This is like someone who has been educated to have the appropriate and correct accent that I do not have.
Given his time in Scotland, that would check.
Yeah, so not necessarily the accent of the people you spent time around the Errol, but sort of people you'd met on the way and some of the like academics you interfaced with on the way.
And that's the second gentleman?
That was the gentleman like standing
Or
up. Yeah.
Sorry.
The other gentleman, I'm trying to think what accent he would have. Also possibly fairly like, I mean, his was harder to place. His voice was a little more sort of broken and unsteady, but also probably sounded fairly sort of upper class, received pronunciation.
Gotcha.
It's called. The King's
Queen's.
English.
Yes. Now the King's, yes.
Then and now, the King's English.
I guess Roger will describe the two accents that he heard and describe the thin disheveled man first, since he got a better look at him, with the blonde hair, exhausted, skin and bones, late 30, if Martin is wanting to sketch them. And he'll do his best to describe the figure in shadow, just which I guess will be a very basic description, as he didn't get much detail on that.
Muted?
Oh.
I'm going to unmute myself and then
Sorry.
ask for a combined roll for Martin and Roger here. So Roger, I think unless you have
Memory or
a better skill, then this would be perhaps intelligence or something for sort of remembering the appropriate details here. And Martin, your drawing skill, and see between you how well we can do sort of a photo fit sketch
yes.
of these
Fine.
gentlemen.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going over his skills.
It'll
to
be a
see.
combined thing to see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think intelligence.
Just one
would
roll
probably be
each?
best.
Yeah, one roll each. Essentially, we're asking sort of because this is if one of you has to be good at describing it and one of you has to do a good job of drawing, and we've got to like see how between you
intelligence
this
roll, you
works
said?
out. Yes, please.
Okay. Yes. Gotcha.
So
Let's. Can I spend the 17 points?
you can either spend 17 points of luck, or you can push this roll. Push it, and if you push it and fail it, then what you're going to end up with is a distractingly
someone else.
misleading version of one of them. And I won't tell you which.
I think we'll stick with that. We'll stick with the roll then. It's just a bad description.
Yeah. So do you want to use the luck, accept the failure, or push it?
Oh, I forgot about the luck. Sorry. Yeah, I'll go ahead and spend the luck.
Yeah.
17. I just gotta do
trying to think. Would a hard success make much of a difference from my side?
A hard success would make it a better drawing, but won't improve the quality of the description.
Okay, I'll leave it as it is.
So what you end up with is two passable sketches of these two gentlemen. Like, you're fairly sure that if you had them in a lineup, you could like pick out the correct ones, but you don't know how well these will work for just showing them to random people and going, do you know this guy?
At least it'll have probably the clothing, so at least have an idea of their outfits as well.
Yeah, one of them is wearing this orderly's uniform. The other seems to be wearing what essentially seems to be like just a plain, I'd say not even a shirt, more almost like a smock-like thing. It doesn't have buttons on it.
It's on the front.
Yeah, no buttons. Like just like the kind of tunic-y thing you pull over your head. Yeah.
And with the arms tied behind you like a straitjacket.
No, not a straitjacket. No, but yeah, it didn't have any sort of buttons or fastenings. Just like a pull. Like
okay.
These days we'd probably call it like almost like a t-shirt. That's not stretchy, but yeah, it's more like tunic, smocky thing.
Do the sketches look like anyone we might know?
No.
Would we recognise the sort of orderly uniform? Is it like a hospital type one or sanatorium type?
It could be.
So is it like a general orderly type thing?
It doesn't have a name badge. It doesn't have like
yeah.
Employee of written on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't notice any like markings on the uniform.
No.
No.
Yeah.
At least we've got something to go on.
Yes. Sorry, that took a toll. You weren't kidding.
So what shall we do now? Actually, it occurred to me, this orderly type uniform, St. Agnes, could it be like a hospice? Perhaps tied to one of the churches? Sometimes the churches have little hospitals or things tied with them.
You don't happen to recall... Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
You don't happen to recall any of the decoration details? I mean, there wouldn't have been a cross on the wall somewhere with, INRI, any sort of affiliation that it might...
It appeared very bare. Bare bones. I don't believe I noticed any cross. To be fair, it screamed almost as a cell or a sanatorium, if you will.
There wouldn't be like a police station or an old police station near one of the churches, which might have been closed down or something, and that could have been called St. Agnes. That would have somewhere to lock someone in.
That is possible. It did seem as if, the door did seem as if it would have been locked from the outside, so that could be a possibility.
Sort of place you'd lock someone up with, be a sanatorium or a police cell, some fashion.
Yeah.
Nigel, you're quite familiar with the police of London. Would you be able to recall any sort of police stations that might have been called St. Agnes?
Keeper, would I?
No, you do not recall any police stations called St. Agnes.
No, afraid not.
The only places I'm aware of are a few churches.
Might not actually even be London.
It's entirely possible.
Because one of the people we had asked about him was under the impression he'd gone up to Scotland.
Yes, that was the gentleman Miss Lucy was looking into, and I dare say assumed dead.
But certainly a puzzle.
Yeah. Question for Storyteller. On that note, would Roger have remembered any churches or hospitals named St. Agnes around Errol?
Not around Errol, no.
Okay.
Earth, maybe?
Earth?
If you would like to if people are stuck, you can give me an intelligence roll for an idea. If people genuinely wonder, if you want a little.
I'm going to see if you've got any books in the library, actually. But...
Yeah. Martin, what was that?
I was going to see if there's any books in the library to do with Edinburgh, because that was where the guy vanished.
Was that where the guy vanished? I'm sorry, you're going to be more specific.
We've been told he'd gone up to Scotland, and I'm not sure if Edinburgh had been mentioned in that.
You were told by his neighbours that they assumed he'd gone to Scotland because they knew that he had, connections up there.
Did they mention? I'm just wondering.
I think they mentioned or some of your research brought up that his connections were somewhere up towards Inverness.
Inverness. I'll have a look in the library, see if there's any books on the Inverness area. So I'll try and see if there's a link with St. Agnes.
Yeah, give me a library use as you return to the library, and
I'm very good in the library, of course. Actually, I'll spend that 1 point of luck.
Oh, we'll see if you spent a luck point on it. I will say. Now I'm going to have to actually check if this church is called St. Agnes in Edinburgh.
Or anything tied with the name St. Agnes to do with Inverness.
Oh yeah, Inverness. No, there you don't find anything
in that area.
In that area. The closest I'd say is you found a place called St. Agnes Chapel. It appears to be... Ooh... Hang on. It's somewhere near Lochshiel.
Oh. Doesn't seem to be anything in the area.
You can just go and check every single one of them.
Which is, for reference, not a very handy place to just go and quickly check.
Oh, it's okay. But that's what he's doing anyway.
I will say, however, that as you're checking, because you get a success, as you're checking this, you do notice that as you have a lot of books in the Society Library here. Some of them, are sort of records of previous society activities. Some of them are, related to mythology and history and the occult. And some of them are the ordinary sorts of books you might expect to find in a library. You have encyclopedias, you have atlases, you have, books of British birds, and you have directories with listings of all sorts of places. Atlases with sort of cross-references for towns and addresses and dioceses as well.
That's good.
So listed dioceses and parishes.
any as he's going through the books, did he not spot the name Saint Agnes in any of them?
If you would like, yeah.
I'm not sure because
Well, you were specifically looking for St Agnes in Scotland.
Inverness, that's where he
Yes.
would have been looking.
And you do not find that.
That's okay. But there's a lot of other things there.
There's a lot of other things you could look at. Would you like to look at any of those other things?
I might.
I mean, getting this question is completely normal, right?
Could I just try a luck roll to see if I pick the right one at random or something?
I mean, yeah, that's definitely an option.
Because I'm just...
Yeah.
He's gone there with a particular thing in mind. He's not found there, so knowing that there's a lot of other books, he'll just grab either an atlas.
If you want to just put this down to pure luck, give me a luck roll.
Nope, that's a fail.
No, the book of British birds is quite distracting.
Fair enough.
You pick up some interesting facts about the robin. They're quite territorial and aggressive.
They are. That's interesting. I'll be busy reading up on birds and.
Yeah. Whilst Martin's doing this, what are the rest of you doing?
We could just go and check every St. Agnes that we know and find and can look up, but it would take forever, feels like.
About what time of night is it at this point?
I mean, I thought it was morning, but it can be night now if we would like it to be night.
No, I generally didn't remember what time it was. So
in my head, it was morning, but...
Okay. All right.
Same. Scones.
Yeah.
Scones. I mean,
more
scones. Scones all day. So.
Yes.
Yeah, I will say it is about, by now, 11:30 in the morning.
Oh. That's afternoon almost. Well, we could ask our own Saint Agnes from the kitchen.
Oh, yeah, I forgot she was called Agnes, right? Maybe it's connected.
I mean, can just look through the future a bunch and find stuff like that. Also, how exactly does that work, Roger? Let me tell me. I just want to look a couple of things up in the future.
It would probably take a very long time to fully explain, Mr. Avery. But I guess for the layman's approach, there were some simple incantations and choosing a specific moment to view into the future. And it granted me a vision of that exact moment. The happenings around it. It was almost as if I was there as an unseen viewer.
Oh.
Are you sure you were unseen? They didn't react to you in any way whatsoever, did they?
Storyteller.
Not that you noticed. They did not seem aware of your presence.
Yeah. They did not seem aware. If they were very good actors, far better than the play we prevented. But to my knowledge, I was not seen.
Okay.
I mean, I assume another time we could test that, maybe. But not right now. That was
okay. All right.
That took a toll. That was not something I would recommend attempting lightly.
All right. Yeah, I guess. Avery does not look as happy as about that description on how that worked.
I'm sorry that it's
It's fine. I just hoped I could just find the biggest milestones in the future and just learn how they work and just put them here already.
There is a saying, Mr. Avery, I heard that shortcuts lead to long delays, and sometimes the long way around is the more sure-footed.
Yeah, I know. The shoulders are giants and all the things, and yes, I know.
Yes.
I heard that about 5 times during. Anyway, yeah. How do we find the Agnes? If I'm distracting us again.
It's a very good question.
And I don't recall any St. Agnes precincts, at least not here in London. I mean,
no. I had a thought that I will be honest, I am wary of exploring.
What's that?
I could ask Isla if she's aware of anything called Saint Agnes. Granted, we lived in Errol for a while, but it's possible. I mean, granted, she was in Scotland far longer than I. I'm trying to keep her away from the lot of this. Given the fact that, we barely escaped an exploding castle.
These things happen,
They do. I would say that is a last-ditch effort. If we can't think of anything else.
Keep it kind of a shot in the dark, but the note that we got.
Yes.
Does it smell like any place, like a hospital or?
I think give me the classic spot hidden sniff test on this note. We've long established that sniffing things is done through spot hidden. I really remind me to formalize the sniff test. It smells of paper and beer.
Oh god.
Oh, and beer. Okay.
And ink, yeah.
Okay.
I guess retroactively asking, did I have any smells in the vision? I don't think that's possible.
Yeah, I think you would have you experienced it all sort of senses apart from
so
touch.
Everything.
Yeah.
Oh god, maybe
and it smelled of sort of antiseptic.
Okay.
And sweat.
What? Oh good. I guess seeing Nigel smelling the note. Nigel, I do remember in the vision the room smelt of, well, it was horrible to be honest, but sweat but more importantly antiseptic.
Like Listerine?
I
Possibly.
don't know if they've invented Listerine in 1922.
I don't
No,
think
1895, they said.
There we go.
Wow, okay. Oh, maybe then, yeah. Which could lead credence to the idea of a hospital or a sanatorium, possibly. But to be fair, I don't know who I would, or whom I would ask.
Another possibility is a convent, potentially.
Maybe,
the small
yes.
rooms and stuff like that.
But would a convent have a room that with doors that would lock on the outside? I mean, unless they were doing an exorcism.
I have no idea. I've not really been in a convent before, so.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm just wondering what sort
as you're having this conversation, Agnes, not St. Agnes, just Agnes the maid, comes in and starts clearing away like the plates and cups from your finished tea.
No, I was eating that. I grabbed the scone off the plate.
Sorry, I thought you were done.
No, it's quite all right.
We've got a bit of a puzzle at the moment. We're trying to track down the name Saint Agnes, which is whether it's a hospital or something like that based here in London. We're not sure.
And you think I'll know because
no, it's just
gives you a look like
no.
It would be a funny coincidence, though, wouldn't it?
like I don't have an instant awareness of all things called Agnes.
No. But do you know? Well, I mean, now that you bring it up, how did you come by Agnes as the name? Your parents chose it where they, I mean, didn't have to be like a nearby hospital or building or something other place, was it?
She was a saint. She's a saint of all sorts of things. I think my parents just liked the name, to be honest. It's
okay.
They gave us all proper Christian names to, not arouse suspicion. I don't actually know what she's a saint of. She kind of looks down her feet from him. You'd better ask James about that. I believe he was brought up Catholic.
Ah,
Oh,
okay.
I been raised in less traditional. Well, traditional for where I'm from, but
Yes. Okay.
less conventional background. Have you tried
Question.
just looking in like the atlas for it?
Well,
Directory?
we sort of made a cursory thing, but we can keep
We
looking.
could have a look at
Yeah.
those. What sort of places would that'd be an intelligence roll to work out what sort of places or buildings might be named after a saint?
It could be an intelligence roll, or you could be player's own ideas. Like,
Yeah.
like basically, if you want additional information from me, you can make an intelligence roll. If anything that you can deduce yourselves, you are free to deduce yourselves.
I think I am going to avail myself of the keeper's.
Yeah. I think I'm going to do so too.
I was gonna say, question for storyteller. This
Nice.
could be either or both. In Roger's study of history, would he have come across anything about Saint Agnes? The religious studies. I'm thinking
Um,
either history or intelligence.
We don't have a religion check in this game.
Nope. Nope.
Yeah, history or
But-
intelligence if you want to know some facts about St. Agnes.
Okay. Because I had a thought. The gentleman that we met with in the I think the Plow, the bar, Wilford Gretzy, had a sprig, which referred to the mother. So I wasn't sure if that could be.
Yeah, feel free to make me, I'd say, for that kind of thing, a history, an
Yes.
intelligence, an occult, or an anthropology, or any one of those
Okay.
things.
Okay, that was the connection I was trying to see if there was. Okay, I'll do an intelligence.
Okay,
I won't.
you're not really drawing any connection between St. Agnes and the sprig that Gretzy was wearing. Avery, between the name St. Agnes and the description of the vision that Roger saw, you'd say this sounds most likely to be some form of a sanatorium.
Yes. We're probably doing sanatorium stuff, but that's not really helping us locally now, is it?
Do they keep directories of sanatoriums or records of the names of different ones?
I only know the one in Brighton that keeps getting.
Essentially, you know, like, if you, like, even more so in this time before anyone has the access to searching things, like, if you go to the back of an atlas, there is a list of names of places, and it will then give you the page in which they are on the map. And this will
that's
include
useful.
things like towns and notable locations.
Oh.
And I think, Martin, you would all be aware of that is how you can look at where a place is.
True. Haven't got Google back in the day. So
Well,
let's
considering
grab one of those directories and have a look through one of those.
yes, considering the two accents, maybe checking one for Scotland, one for England.
Sure. Yeah, let's go through them.
I'd say you might
Okay.
have Great Britain listed together.
Okay, fair.
Yeah. Probably not divided in the atlas. Yeah, you can look through and you go down St. Agnes. There's various listings for a couple of, probably a couple. I'm going to find out what you get if you just Google St. Agnes, or if there's a real place called St. Agnes. I think there's a St. Agnes in Cornwall. Various few churches scattered around the country, and a St. Agnes sanatorium on the outskirts of Bristol, in the west of England. Southwest, to be precise.
Oh, looks like Bristol, but it's quite a journey.
Is
Yeah.
this another fisherman thing?
Yeah, it's probably just kind of north of Bristol, I'd say.
Right. Yeah.
Wait, fisherman thing?
No, it's like. I was thinking if we're. This is This is like where there's just this close to the sea, isn't it?
I'd say, I mean, Bristol is close-ish to the sea. It's not coastal.
Okay.
It's
So we
it's-
don't need to be worried about fish people there.
yeah,
all right.
Bristol. I'd say it's closer to the sea than average, but
It's not a
It's an
coastal
island.
city.
it's not really any closer than London. Well, actually, very bit closer than London. Most
Actually,
things are quite close to the sea. You're on an island.
Yeah.
is there a lake near there?
Hang on.
Well,
I'm just
a-
thinking because the
a river-
mention of the lake and all that as well.
You're looking at the map.
River
You've
Severn.
literally got a map on your thing. You'd see
River
near
Severn?
where you've got the location for St Agnes. There is like probably a tributary of the River Severn and a lake, like directly next to the sanatorium. There is if you look at it's very small on the map, but you can just about see there does seem to be a lake pretty near the sanatorium. Don't look for the lake in the real world. It's not
Oh,
there.
okay.
Something. The River Severn is real though.
So at least we've got a place to look into. This could be where the missing gentleman has vanished to if he's kept there.
Possibly.
We might be able to stop him in time.
They did mention needing the lake, so
But the vision you had, we don't know how far in the future it was.
did I have a sense of how far? I imagine not. Nope. Okay.
Nope. No
No.
sense of when.
Just-
could you?
Only
You said
that
there
it
was a
hasn't
light.
happened yet.
You said there was a light in the room. Can you describe the light, the bulb itself specifically?
Yes, the name on it.
It was an electric light bulb suitable for the making
I mean-
in around the year 1921.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I was expecting your vision to have been in 8K video, but you know.
It was, yes. Yeah, wonderful eyesight. It
It's definitely-
seemed
It
a
looked like a
standard
normal light bulb.
yeah.
Yeah.
It seemed a standard
Okay.
incandescent bulb. I'm
Okay.
sure.
I was just wondering about this shape that might have given us more of a clue, like if it was more than just the, far future versus near for term.
To be fair, the figure who was standing was actually backlit, so he was obscuring
No,
the light mostly. Yes.
All right.
He moved his head slightly. You got a good view of it for a moment. With a perfectly normal light bulb.
Good description.
Looks like we might need to do, pay Bristol a visit at some point. Perhaps tomorrow? I don't know if anyone's free.
I have nothing on the schedule.
Thing I'm aware of.
I mean, I can find stuff to do with my time, but if we do stuff, I'll be here.
Actually, I have an idea.
You do?
Well,
Do tell.
we could visit the sanatorium. I could potentially be under the excuse of scouting it out as such for a future tenant. Could say family member, or whether one of us could be a potential future tenant. And we could, being that Brighton's not a suitable sanatorium anymore.
Oops.
It could be that may have been the first choice. We could inquire at this place as a possible future thing for a relative.
Now, perhaps we should do a little bit of research before that. Is this place in actual service, or did they just take advantage of?
An empty building, a derelict building. Okay,
Could
yeah,
be.
we could
Yes.
look into that. It's probably a good idea to look into that first.
That sounds like a good idea. Yes.
I mean, we need to investigate it in any case, but still, I mean, it does make a difference to the cover story.
It does.
Yes. I actually like this cover story. Yes.
If it's an active one, we could use that.
Mm-hmm.
I think in the interest of time, you're able to look it up and determine that it is an active asylum
Okay.
or sanatorium. Yeah. I think actually its official name would be asylum rather than sanatorium in the
That's
the
true.
text.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Asylum.
Oh, it says active right there in the atlas. So yes.
when was that active? When was that atlas published?
Last year, it's a new edition.
Yep. It seems brand new.
Oh,
So
okay.
I assume quite up to date.
But
So-
not 1881.
Oh God, I hope not.
Be interesting, but if this person's been held there, it looks like this orderly type person is involved and possibly driving him, well, encouraging him further along this path.
Yes, that was that felt very clear. Yes.
Might be his doctor.
Exactly, which would be a bit make things a bit more difficult and how we deal with that person.
Question for storyteller.
Yes.
The words I heard. Oh God, no! The words I heard. The disheveled man speaking. Did it remind me of the other spell I have been uncovering but haven't fully uncovered in the book?
Yes.
The
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It was
The-
sections of text from the book. Essentially, he was sort of disjointedly piecing together sections of text for the book.
Okay. Did
But
it sound
yes.
like the get in touch with something big and powerful spell? That's how it was described
yeah.
to me.
More than I think, describe it, the bring something big and powerful to you.
That was it. Okay. Oh yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, you think what he was saying would help you speed up your piecing together of that, because you can start to see the pattern now of, oh, that's how those bits go together. Yeah.
You'll see Roger kind of grab his book and start flipping through the pages and referencing some notes, writing stuff real quick. Mr. Martin, I think you're onto something. They failed in the vision, and I think they've probably failed before, and it's probably taken a toll on this person. I think I found echoes of what they're trying to do in this book.
And?
It's bringing something big and powerful to us.
We probably don't want that to happen.
No, I agree.
Do you know a way to revert this? Did you get the impression it was working? Like it was the way I'm thinking, as if they were like pulling it closer towards us, but not successfully completing the whole thing. So it's gradually being brought closer, but not quite. If that makes sense. Like as if they're pulling a rope to pull something towards us, and they haven't quite managed to get a full grip of it. They're just pulling it in little stages at the moment.
That makes sense. What I can say is I felt the earth shake. There was definitely an effect, but they were lacking something. And that's when the gentleman who was standing in shadow said they needed something else. They needed the lake. So whether or not it's partially, I doubt it's partially effective. It doesn't seem like it.
It could be the spell needs a particular stars, perhaps in a certain phase, or the moon, or something like that. That could be what they're lacking. So we might have time until everything gets aligned.
Yeah. Well, the book is called The Wanderer in the Lake. At least on most good days. Perhaps there is something there.
But the key thing is to find out to find these people and stop them from doing this.
Okay.
I agree.
So, is your plan to head there tomorrow, did you say? Or
It's probably
leave it a bit longer and do some more follow-up first?
I'm not sure what sort of length of journey it would be to travel from here to there.
A matter of a couple of hours.
Yeah. Seems like it was about 2 hours.
So we could probably do a bit of digging today and travel tomorrow. at least to Bristol and find out some more information. Once we're in Bristol, it might be easier to find out information about the place once we're closer.
True.
Yes.
But then the note that we got that was pushed into our letterbox, just if the person we suspect having written it is in Bristol, that's quite a journey to make.
No, I don't know how. It might be. I'm trying to remember that gentleman we met in the bar. He had been sent here to stop the King in Yellow appearing, or
You mean Wilfred
manifesting.
Gretzy?
Something along those lines. So perhaps he'd been given a vision.
Or Christie, depending on the day.
Yeah.
Something like that, or given instructions to pass the message on.
Possibly.
But it's unlikely it came from Bristol, so...
Mr. White, it occurs to me, if we're going to do this trip to Bristol, did you have any other business you here in the near term about import-export things, your company?
Nothing immediate, but I have expressed an interest in finding out more with that. My brother was planning to introduce me to a few people to do with the import-export side of things, but...
I just didn't want us to interrupt anything.
No, I haven't been... haven't made any arrangements yet, but that'll be, I suppose, the next stage of my settling into the business again.
Okay, so we're sticking with you. You want to go to Bristol tomorrow and chase up some remaining things today. You've still got about half of today remaining. Where are you each going? What are you doing? You don't have to do anything. You can just spend the rest of the day relaxing. Read a nice light book, put your feet up.
Does that mean we get sanity back if we do nothing and have a relaxing day?
Well, depending on what you do and how relaxing it is.
Yeah.
But
I think
not for
Martin
one day.
Martin might just, if everyone else is getting a bit more information or some prep, he'd probably do a little bit of prep to... Actually, has his family got any businesses down in Bristol?
You've probably got some shares in a tobacco mill, and I think one of your family's manufacturing businesses contributed a bit towards something that Isambard Kingdom Brunel was up to years and years and years and years ago. That's ancient history now, basically.
Oh, I see. Yeah. That came to mind awfully quickly.
But I'd probably look into my family's import-export side of things a bit more, trying to get involved with that.
Just a bridge practice about Bristol, okay? I'll explain why later.
So I think that'll probably be the only thing, because he has caught up with a lot of the manufacturing side of things. He might be inquiring about the import-export, because that's not a side of the business he's really been involved with, because that's a new thing in the last 14 years.
Okay. So you're going to talk about import-export then with your brother?
Yeah, to catch up on that side of the business.
Anyone else got anything interesting that they want to do?
I might
outside of the usual.
Stop by the police station to talk to my brand new contact and best friend, just to see if there were any further incidents he thought might have been related to the unrest.
Okay, you want to talk to Calloway?
Yes.
Yeah. And specifically about the unrest at the theatre, not about anything else?
Well, thank you for the hint.
Think on that. Avery and Roger, anything?
Roger would probably spend the day doing two things: checking in at sorry, my elbow popped. Checking in at the Pinhue Foundation.
Yes.
Just going on everything he's read in the Book of Ibon. Just kind of checking in on things at Pinhue, and then probably nearer to the end of the day, checking in with Isla, given the information he's hearing about with Martin's family business, seeing how she's doing and not trying to be a little subtle about how her job is going, if not directly asking if she's seeing any sus stuff, but just kind of trying to subtly dig, like, how's it going?
Okay. Yeah.
What kind of things are coming in, going out?
And Avery?
Avery is probably, since he's not really good at all the,
You are
talking
allowed to
and
leave the
stuff.
house, you know.
And I mean, technically I am, so practically maybe I'm gonna look some stuff up, but a while ago somebody had the idea of using gates for a gun. And I think that sounds like a splendid idea.
Okay. Well, we'll get to all of that. At least some of that. After the break. We'll see you back in 10 minutes' time. And we are back. So, you have made some plans about what you want to do next in terms of going to Bristol and investigating St. Agnes Asylum. But before that, you each split off to do a little... I've forgotten the word I was going to say. To do little things of your own. So, we shall start with Nigel. You're
okay.
going to the police station to talk to your friend, Francis Calloway.
Yes.
You ask around. You don't actually find him at the police desk today. He is actually out on the beat, doing the rounds on the streets. Someone points you sort of in his correct direction. You find him standing on a street corner, kind of looking around, keeping an eye out, listening out for trouble, waiting. He definitely looks like he isn't really doing anything right now. He's just kind of standing there, waiting in case something does happen. Loitering, almost.
Loitering. Yeah. Well.
Hey, Nigel!
Francis, how are you?
Being rained on, but other than that, I've seen you in a bit.
Yeah,
not more
good
trouble.
to see you, though. Oh no, but I did want to ask you if anything else had come up related to that case. Had there been any other like unrest in the city that seemed any sort of similar?
Oh, not like that. No. They let, when you were there, they let the guy go.
Right.
I don't think anything further came of it. I think there was some talk about looking into 3 guys who started a fight in the theatre, but
No, they seem to have disappeared very quickly after the commotion.
Someone gave us a pretty accurate description of one of them. He was missing a lot of fingers, but
I do sort of remember him. Yeah,
we sent a letter, messages out to the other police stations asking, you seen any 3-fingered men around the city recently? And from what I heard, we got a message back from the Whitechapel station, basically going there, don't ask about that. So someone hushed something up. Not that you didn't hear that from me. You did not hear that from me.
I didn't hear a thing. No.
Nothing. So I think it's probably them that were behind the whole smoke bombs thing. Perhaps they were trying to clear the theatre out so they could rob it or something. Or, this thing where you get everyone to leave in a panic and then you steal all their valuables whilst they're, outside, distracted.
Right.
But...
there didn't seem to be anything of any, except for the liquor and the wine, of any value inside the theatre, especially not the play.
Maybe whatever was stolen was something that whoever brought it there didn't want to admit having in the first place. What if the theatre were hiding like a valuable item that was secret and smuggled, and then this was all a heist to steal that?
That's a great thought. But and nothing else has come up of
nothing. No one's reported any missing. But if it was a smuggled ruby or something like that, then
sounds like an idea for a novel.
No, I'm not. I think I've too much time on my hands.
So,
Yeah.
how's the station itself? I mean, did it recover from the mayhem that night?
Oh, everyone's still a bit, some people are still a bit on edge over what happened, but I think the conclusion was something must have been in the tea or something, bad tea. I don't know. It doesn't really explain most things, but I don't really know what any other explanation is other than collective madness.
Well, is there anything I can do for you? I mean, you seemed like a young constable on his way up. I mean, I can. I've been out of the city for a bit, but I still do have contacts. If anything that would come up.
I mean, you don't know anyone, higher up in they use this term. Yeah, I'm going to use this term. Don't know anyone in CID? I could get a leg up and get in there. Could I, any chance? Get off the beat and get into the proper interesting stuff.
I might do. I could put in a good word for you.
Yeah, I mean, long term. I mean, I've only just started, but end goal is eventually get out of uniform and get into
a nice suit. Yeah.
Yeah, I've always kind of wanted to be a detective.
Well, that I can talk to you about, being a detective.
Yeah, but a
proper, not on
like
the force.
Police detective, not like
I'm a private
detective. Investigator.
But I was once on the force. I mean, many years ago.
Oh,
so
you were. All right, yeah. And he'll start sort of quizzing you about your time on the force,
Okay.
Interesting cases you dealt with, murders you solved, and sort of details, and sort of essentially grilling you for both details and also general career
culture
advice.
Thing. Okay.
Yeah.
And I will gladly talk to him about it.
Yeah. Whilst you're doing this, do you give any sort of examples of particular sort of cases and events?
Yeah. I mean, maybe not complete details on some of the more society-related things, but otherwise, yes.
Okay, as you're doing so, you notice he frowns a couple of times, and so he kind of looks you up and down. There's just a slight moment of puzzlement.
Okay.
On his face.
Something bothering you? I mean, did I say something untoward that bothering you?
No, it's just it sounds kind of rude, but you don't look old enough for to line up.
Well, I mean, we did, my friends and I, associates, we did have a sort of a detour up in Scotland. I mean, time passes differently, I suppose. Maybe
fresh air, good for the skin, I've heard.
Yeah.
Perhaps I should go up there sometime. Anyway, I need to be walking 3 streets away. Sorry.
No, it was good to see you.
Good to see you.
Hopefully we'll run into each other again, and I will put in some good words for you.
And he heads on his way. And unless is there anything else you wish to do of import or interest, Nigel?
Where am I right at the moment? I don't know if we were walking about
somewhere in Bloomsbury.
Oh, okay. And Keeper, would I have had something in this area that I might be interested in checking in on?
I don't think there's some bookshops. It's a rather nice part of town. Is Nigel sort of taking other cases at the moment? Is he also doing his private detective work on the side?
Yes.
Or is he?
Yes. Small cases.
Yeah. In fact, so you've probably got a case you could follow up on. You're meant to be going and following someone's husband for a bit and seeing what they've been up to.
Okay.
I'd say that forms a good 50% of private detective work.
Yeah, that seems right. Yeah.
Probably looking into someone's husband or wife and seeing what they're up to, and if they're having an affair, and if so, finding evidence.
Yes. Let's see. What is the state of modern photography at this point?
You've got you can have a camera.
Okay.
Yeah, portable cameras have been a thing since 18 something. They've definitely been around.
I mean, not big things, that require.
I think they've got a fair bit. They're still fairly chunky, I think, but they're still.
Like the
Yeah.
brownie, the box.
Yeah, I want to say like just a little
Right. Something that, doesn't necessarily have.
chunk. Like you couldn't slip one in your pocket and like not be
Okay.
noticed, but you could definitely carry one around without like having to lug an entire trolley or something.
Okay.
But yeah, so you want to just carry on sort of doing your actual job.
Yeah.
All right. In which case, then we're going to go to Avery. Avery, when you say you want to build a portal gun, please be more specific. How do you want to go about trying to build a portal gun?
So the plan is to basically have a series of portals, 2 in orbit, 1 to reload, basically dropping stuff through the top one, letting that fall towards the Earth, and then using the gravity, right, looping that so you can accelerate it constantly in the vacuum of space where it doesn't get slowed down, and then you have like some supersonic projectile eating at the front of your gun, which is probably gonna burn before it reaches the enemy, but it's fine. He's still in the planning phase. It's probably not gonna work out, but it's fine. It's a fun thing to try and build. It's not gonna have any negative consequences whatsoever, so we'll be good.
Okay. I would like you to make me what you think is the appropriate role for beginning to plan a multi-portal terminal velocity gun.
I think I'll give you probably engineering.
Okay. And then I would like you to add an extra skill to your sheet for future reference.
All right.
I would like you to add weird science to your sheet.
Yes.
Because I would like you to start that as half of your engineering.
All right.
Because I feel this is going to start to come up with increasing regularity, and this is the thing now, I've accepted it. So you start to sketch things out. You are not sure if this will work. Like purely getting the gates to like building them, making them, you're fairly sure that you can only make gates where you are.
Inconvenient, because
So
then
unless you are
long as-
also in orbit around the Earth, you don't think you can necessarily make a gate in orbit around the Earth. So your next new problem is how can you, Avery Collins, get into orbit around the Earth? You don't think it's impossible, but you think that is a major hurdle in this plan.
Yes. I think I might have ideas already. But yeah,
So-
I'm sitting there writing very, very weird plans.
Yeah, so you're there. Like, what is Avery's planning process look like? What room of the house are we in, and where are we keeping all our notes and things? Floor, walls, what, like, how?
Yes. We're probably not in the basement because that's, other project. We need, spatial separation. Otherwise, this gets chaotic. So I probably acquired a room that hasn't been used for a while. And whatever was in there is just still in there, and there's any free space surfaces.
So it could either be one of the spare bedrooms upstairs, or like one at like the second like parlor or drawing roomy room if you want.
Yeah.
Your choice.
The second parlor sounds fine because that's not used in forever.
Yeah, because for years I've not really had enough people to use most of the rooms of this massive townhouse. So yeah, you're in this rather very nice sort of room, and yeah, you've got like weird mad science everywhere, like
Awesome.
sketches and drawings. Okay, so next up, Roger. Actually, Martin, can you make me a luck roll just whilst I think about something? Okay. You can't spend luck on luck. Right. Roger, you said you wanted to speak to Isla and also go to the Penhue Foundation?
Yes. Yeah, mostly the Pinhue. Just checking on things. Just kind of surveying the situation. I imagine Kinnery is probably doing Kinnery things and being sus about Roger still.
Oh. I'm gonna say, yeah. As you arrive at the Penhue Foundation, you see Kinnery is just on his way out of the Foundation. Like, look, he's got his coat on and his umbrella up and his briefcase, and he's heading down the front steps of the Penhue Foundation as you are heading in.
Is it possible to try and, as I see this, do I notice if he's seen me first?
Give me a luck roll. See if you.
Oh, this is great after spending 17 luck points already.
But this is it. I think. So,
I think I got my answer.
Let me get here. The implication was that you didn't want Kinnery to see you?
That's what I was hoping to kind of avoid Kinnery.
No, you only notice Kinnery when Kinnery is already heading right towards you. Like, by the time you see Kinnery, he has, redirected his path and is making a beeline towards you.
Oh, hi. And Roger will just mumble under his breath, I regret this immediately.
Mr. Savoy.
Mr. Kinnery! Oh, it's great to see you again.
Interesting for you to show your face around here.
Well, I mean, considering I'm doing work for the Foundation, would you like to speak under the awning? I mean, it's still raining. Yeah. And then,
have you come to apologize?
For what?
For whatever game it was you were playing at the theater the other month.
Well, I mean, yes, I do apologize for, I thought the play would be far better than it was. I thought maybe, getting you out of the Foundation, just having a night. Granted, yes, I know we don't get along, and I didn't expect us to be, buddy-buddy, but at least having a night out, and I did not expect those gentlemen to start a riot, and for the electricity, I am so sorry.
What do you think will happen if I tell Gavigan that you spend your spare time playing tricks on others of in his employ and deliberately disrupting London theatre productions with hired thugs and smoke bombs? I don't think he'd be very impressed, would he?
No, I would imagine not, but I would be hard-pressed to connect myself personally to that. Yes, I was there, but I had nothing to do with the smoke bombs, with those gentlemen who started a riot. I knew nothing about that.
I'm going to ask for a fast talk roll from Roger here. This is going to be hard.
It's not going to happen.
Mostly because of Kinnery's personal biases.
Yeah.
More so than
not a
actual
lie.
evidence.
That's the funny part. It's technically not a lie.
I mean, you did have something to do with that.
I had something. Yes, it's true.
Yeah. He gives you a look, and he doesn't say anything, but you can tell that he does not believe what you're saying.
Look, Kinnery, I know that was a humdinger of a night. I'll admit, there was something about that play that was just hinky and off. I don't know, maybe it's good that it didn't finish and got canceled. I only want the best for this Foundation. maybe soon I'll be off on a dig and we won't have to see each other.
I look
Again.
forward to that day.
Kennery, I think I look forward to that too. I'd rather be in the field. But I can assure you, I do have this Foundation's best interest in mind.
Good. Well, I won't say anything to Gavigan, but... and I mean this. Do not bring attention to the Foundation or yourself by causing trouble like that in public again. We have a reputation to maintain.
Yes we do, don't we, Mr. Kinnery? Fair.
And he gives you a nod, as though he's personally settled something.
Yeah.
Like, puts up his umbrella and marches
no
on.
taking. Yeah. Oh, I hate him so much. And as he walks off, Roger will just kind of make sure he does in fact walk off, and as he
does
disappears,
in fact walk off?
Yep. He'll step into the Foundation, just to kind of check on the public displays. I wouldn't imagine Gavigan or anyone is in. But mostly, given what he's written or what he's read, in Ibon and everything he's seen in the private collection, he's kind of looking at what's available to the public and just trying to see if there's any connections currently between the private collection. I'm pulling up my notes here. What he saw in the Nephrin Ka relief, what he's seen in the Wonder, or what he's read in the Wonder of the Lake, but also he saw like the symbols he was drawing doing the spell, correct?
Yes.
Seeing if there's any echoes of symbology.
Okay.
Using his skill of cryptography, kind of.
Yeah, we'll give you your choice if you want it to be cryptography, occult, archaeology.
Ooh.
Basically, whichever skill you think is appropriate to what Roger is trying to do here.
Okay.
Go for it. To put these together. So any relevant skill, just look for.
Yeah.
What you're looking for.
Archaeology would be so much better. But I think using it he's looking into the cryptography of it, trying to find like hidden stuff.
Yeah, cryptography would work.
Oh snap!
So you're looking for sort of hidden patterns, hidden sort of elements to this. I will say there is one stone relief in one of these cases as part of the public display that came from a dig site in Egypt, not far out of Cairo, and it shows a series of like animal-headed figures in procession. But the thing you note about it is they're mostly very sort of stylized in the way that Egyptian reliefs are, except that most of them you can still sort of see the way their hands have been sort of carved, and it doesn't look like the normal sort of very standard way of doing hands. They seem to be making gestures. It's only part of sort of a frieze, but it almost looks like it's part, like these figures in procession were part of a ritual or part of something similar to sort of not identical to, but similar to the sorts of, let's call it magic? Magical way of magic that you have been learning.
Okay. Do these figures seem in any way similar to those I saw in the Nephrin Ka relief? I think that's correct. The big relief with the
that was
okay.
Nephrin Ka. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, the figures do resemble that to quite a great extent. But I will say that when you read the description, or at least the description of, it's not found in the same place as that relief. This seems to have been found sort of slightly further north near Cairo, and the description sort of describes it as being of a later dynasty. This describes it as being an item related to, I think I said Nephron Ka was, what dynasty did I say he was? Did I give the right one? Yeah, he was 4th dynasty.
Okay.
This looks to belong in the 6th dynasty.
Oh, snapples.
And it's the description merely says 6th dynasty engraving, believed to have been commissioned by Queen Nitocris.
I'm going to misspell that. Gotcha. I'll add that. Thank you. Okay. And he will definitely pocket that information. That connection. And seeing nothing else, and unfortunately having run into Kinnery again, which he was hoping to avoid, he'll probably make his way back to the flats to check in with Isla.
Okay. Yeah, so as you go back to check in with Isla, we'll actually get to that in just a moment. We're going to go to Martin first. Martin, you were heading to speak to your brother, Robert, who
yes.
is luckily very easy to find because he lives in the same house as you, like
helps.
5 doors down from the London Esoteric Society. Yes, today Robert is in his office, seems to be going over some ledgers and business matters. But he can make time for you. You're his brother.
Yep.
You can. Martin, come in.
Good afternoon.
How you been? How did the trip? You went out to some of the factories, right?
Yes, everything looks to be running smoothly.
Yeah.
There's a couple that had some interesting issues. Well, not issues, but ways they could improve. I'm just wondering whether Mr. Collins might have some ideas to help them out because...
Yes, your genius inventor friend, yeah.
Yes, he's pretty clever.
Yeah, no, I should get him in with the... Yeah, there's some interesting work that's going up at Henson that I think he might be interested in.
But I think I've caught up with most of the manufacturing we've got going, but the import-export is a new thing for me. I've not really been involved with that during my time away. I was just wondering, what do we import and what do we export? And
anything. Basically, if you can put it on a ship and move it from point A to point B, we'll put it on a ship and move it from point A to point B. That is the crux of the business.
Supply and demand, anything that people want.
Yeah, we don't own the ships. We own some of the ships, we rent some of the ships, we own some of the warehouses, we rent some of the warehouses. Mostly we facilitate the ownership and renting of warehouses and ships and people people who work on the ships. We send them from point A to point B. It's really quite boring. We don't need to get into all the nitty-gritty of the business.
No. Basically the movement of items from one place to another, so depending on supply and demand.
Yeah, so we got in I was going to think I've got his name again. Her first name. I almost called her Agnes, but she's not Agnes. She's Edith? No, Enid.
Oh, yes, Agatha.
Agatha. There's a reason why I was confusing Agatha and Agnes, yes. Okay?
Yeah.
Agatha sort of got me started in it. Sort of not long after you left. Her family had a boat. We're doing a little bit of bringing stuff over from the Low Countries, sort of shipping it across. But it just needed a real injection of capital to make that actually a profitable, useful business rather than just
Yeah, sort of.
a few
if you put
guys
enough
with a
money
boat
into
and some
it,
boxes.
pretty much you can sort of, I won't say take the market, but control the market, I suppose, if you got enough money in it.
Yeah, but no, it's a profitable business. You want to get
sounds
involved
good.
more in it?
A little bit. I'd like to understand it.
Well, I can give you some ledgers and some guides, and you
Yeah.
can read up on it. It's just
I'll catch up
just
a little
money.
bit.
You'll be fine. You're good at that sort of thing.
I'm usually I'm quite a good people person. It'll be fine.
At this point, there's a knock on the door of the office. Mr. White. I mean, he looks between the two of you and then looks at.
It'll be Robert's office
Robert.
anyway. So
Yeah. There's a Mr. Kinnery here to see you. And your brother goes, Kinnery? He checks his diary. Huh. Wasn't expecting a Kinnery. Does he say what it's about? He's just said it was about import-export, sir. Oh, how wonderfully vague. Would you bear with me, Martin, just a moment? I'd better
it's
go
no
see what
problem.
this is about.
yeah, by all means, I'll just have a look through this
Honestly,
information you've given.
I don't usually take business meetings in the house, so whatever
It's
this is, right.
there's a reason for an office.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're in the office. Would you mind,
I
sorry,
can,
I
yes.
don't want to throw you out, but
That's okay. I'll leave you to it.
yeah, as you head out, are you trying to avoid being seen by Kinnery or not?
Yes, I think that'll be a good idea. I'll just take a different route through the house.
Ooh, shall we? I'm going to ask for a stealth roll here. I'm going to give you a bonus die because it's your house and you do know how to do a good job of avoiding.
I suppose I'm not going to just climb out a window and sneak around.
Well, no, but yeah,
Oh, okay.
It's more about ducking behind a door as he comes round.
No, that's not a fail. So
That's a fairly. You'd need to spend. I think with a bonus die, you need to spend 11 to make that a success.
actually, it'd be quite interesting to bump into him, really. But no, I will.
Feel free to bump into him if you want.
I will. I'll spend the luck because why not?
Okay, so you
He doesn't know I'm there.
avoid bumping into Kinnery as Kinnery heads into your brother's office. You hear, Mr. White, thank you for seeing me. And, Kinnery, take a seat. And the door closes.
Would I be close enough to eavesdrop on it?
If you would like to try and eavesdrop, you can make me a listen roll.
Yes, I'm just curious now. I'm just going to wander past casually. I've probably ducked into a side corridor he's come through.
Yeah, so you know this house well. You know, points where you could try and...
It's just a regular success.
Okay, with a regular success, you're going to hear some of what is being said in that room. You miss probably the first bit, and you miss some sections. Either due because of the other background noises in the house, or someone walks past and you have to look like you're not eavesdropping.
I'll be just looking at a painting.
Yeah, very interesting. I've not looked at this painting in my own house in great detail for a while.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, this is a bit you do catch. It would be most unfortunate if such details were to reach, let's say, the London papers. Well, look, I'm not saying they will. I'm just saying it would be most unfortunate. But we can ensure that they don't. We have some friends in that department who can ensure this stays quiet. Then you miss a little bit. So, what exactly is it that you want? I don't get involved in any illegal business, you know. Of course you don't, Mr. White. Of course you don't. We are all upstanding gentlemen here. No, nothing illegal. Just off the books. Not many boxes either. And you have manufactories, right? Yeah, well, yes, we have a good deal of manufactories. We would require the use of one of those. Nothing illegal, just some components. We'll get back to you with more details. And then, yes?
At this point, I'm probably just going to make sure I'm not outside the door.
Yeah.
Move somewhere else quickly.
You missed the very end of
you
you can see the conversation tailing down. You missed the very end of it, and then
just
Hinnery exits, heads off with his briefcase and his umbrella out back into the rain. How long do you leave it before you return to your brother? Or do you return to your brother?
I'll probably wait till I've heard the front door go. That I take that as signal that the person's left and give it probably a minute before I come through. So, at least he's left.
Yes, what a thoroughly unpleasant little man.
It's not a name. Traffic now. Anyway, business isn't always pleasant. I'm thinking of taking a trip to Bristol to have a look to see what the manufacturing is like there. I don't think we've got any factories there ourselves, but
no, nothing much.
I thought it might be interesting to take advantage of the docks, possibly with regards to the import-export side of things.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of shipping in Bristol. Yeah.
So I was going to look into that a bit and see if there's any opportunities there. Everything okay with that visitor?
Yeah, no, just a small, inconsequential, really.
What does he sort of deal with trade-wise?
Oh,
just shipping.
He represents some. I think they're involved in manufacturing of shipping or something.
Ship parts or something.
Yeah, ship parts. Engine parts. Yes, engine parts. I think, yeah.
Boring stuff.
Yeah, boring stuff. But was there anything else?
No.
You actually have another meeting I need to.
It's okay. I'll
actually get out of the house too.
We'll be able to catch up a bit more on this, but I'll let you know. Is there anything you want me to keep an eye for in Bristol? Anything you've heard of?
No, not really. Just anything that catches your eye, just let me know.
I will. I'll keep an eye out and I'll let you know. But I'll try to come up to speed on the import-export side of things anyhow.
Yeah.
Well, that'll let you get back to the other meeting.
Yeah. So your brother heads out to another meeting.
Yep.
And if that's all from Martin, we'll head over to the last thing of Rogers, which I believe having a quick word with Isla. This is probably towards the end of Isla's sort of return from work. This is several hours later.
I figured near the end of the day.
Yeah, near the end of the day, she comes back. So, you're having probably supper.
Yeah. Well, how was the day?
Not great, to be honest.
Not great? What,
Mr. White came into the office in a bit of a mood this afternoon.
Oh. Do tell.
He wasn't specific. He just made me get a whole bunch of ledgers out and run through some things, and he seemed, I don't know, something was off. Sorry, I probably shouldn't be talking about my boss like this, but he just seemed tense about something. You're not going to tell anyone else, right?
No, of course not. It's just between us.
Just don't tell his brother that I'm gossiping about him, because I don't want them to get background to me. And
wait, tell his brother what?
Well, as I said, he seemed upset about something. He seemed stressed, and then he was asking me to, bring him a bunch of old records from early in the shipping, when they were starting up the shipping line, really early days stuff. So he wanted that, and then he he asked me for one of the manifests of like one of the recent ships, and asked me to hold that ship for the next like week on the docks.
Oh. What was the ship called?
The Ivory Wind, I think.
That is an interesting name. That's
Yeah,
no,
he said there's something last minute to add to it, but yeah, he asked me to hold it for a while.
yeah, that is very strange. I mean, going as far back as, as you say, to the early stuff. I mean, that is quite the day. I mean, beyond that, everything is going well out there. I mean,
Oh
it
yeah,
sounds
yeah.
like
Up until then, it was going fine, but yeah, he just
that's great.
he was in a terrible mood, and he also. Hang on, I overheard something.
Yes.
He was asking one of his his assistants, a gentleman named Bolton, Mr. Bolton. I'd say assistants. He's more he just like handles stuff, like an access intermediary. He asked him to take a letter over to somewhere in, I think, like over towards like Limehouse, somewhere over in the East End. I didn't get the exact address, but it's odd because usually if you've got letters to send, you put it in the post. But yeah, he asked Mr. Bolton to take that over.
Well, it sounds like he wanted to make sure it got there.
Yeah.
Too sweet. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it just seemed a bit odd. Not his, a bit out of character for him.
Yeah, that does. And all that was today.
All that was this afternoon. Yeah.
Weird. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm glad everything else is going well. I mean, it sounds like before long you might be running the place yourself.
Oh no, there is so much. That family, like, they own shares in everything. If you've heard of it, they own part of it. They've got their hand in everything. Like, it's honestly quite scary.
It is. It is a little fascinating though as well. I mean, a hand in a lot of pots.
And they know people. Like, well, I mean, you probably know this. Like, Martin White. Like, they're in like all these different like clubs and societies and like everywhere. They've got like friends with a lot of powerful people in London.
Well, that is quite impressive. I will say Martin seems to have downplayed that.
Well, more Robert now. The
Well,
rumor around the office is that Martin went mad and they had to lock him up somewhere. I mean, it's not what happened, right? I mean, that's the whole,
Yeah. I
thing. But yeah, that's what they're all saying, is that he was,
well,
yeah, off in the countryside, getting some rest and recuperation. Which, when everyone says that, everyone knows that means they sent him to asylum out there for a few years. But no one's saying that. But that's what everyone is thinking.
Well, yeah, that's everyone is. You don't say the quiet part out loud. I mean, if they knew, yes. I believe, I believe they're all trying to keep that under wraps and just rebuild their lives, as it were. I can't even imagine how difficult that would be, losing that much time.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad it's going well. That's I'm sorry about for differentiation, Roberts. We'll just call him that.
Yeah, we'll just have to refer to them by first names. Let's forget politeness. It's going to get confusing otherwise. I mean,
Yeah.
At least one of them does look older than the other. Apparently, they're twins.
That is true. I can't even imagine that. Yes, showing up and your sibling that hasn't aged today. Can you imagine? But yeah, no, it's I'm sorry the sudden shift in his personality and everything. I truly hope that the rest of the week goes well. I will tell you, I'll probably be away for a day or two. I'm heading to Bristol for a short stint.
Wait, this isn't like. Just be careful, okay?
Be careful.
Don't set fire to any buildings.
Oh,
Don't get chased out of town by any locals.
no.
Trips have not historically gone well for you always.
This is true. This is very true. And he'll take her hands. Isla, I make this promise. If I come across any castles, I will avoid any fires. And should there be any local cults, I will leave immediately.
Just leave. If there's a cult, just leave.
Yes. No more cults. No more castles on fire.
Good.
Yes. Just studying the ancient mysteries of the world. That's all I desire.
Yeah. And so, with that promise to Isla made, the plan for the next day was it to meet up at the train or at the society?
Yes, it was.
Which would you prefer to meet at? The train?
Can do.
Yeah, we can do. We can always talk on the train.
Yeah. So you meet at the train station, at Paddington's train station, to get the train out to Bristol. And as you get on the train, you are able to get your own sort of compartment that's just the four of you. As the train sort of starts to leave London, you know you have a couple of hours, pretty closer to 3 hours, at least, of privacy on this train.
Well, yesterday afternoon was interesting.
Oh?
Do tell.
I spoke to my brother. I wanted to catch up on the import-export side of things.
Right.
It's not so much as... It is pretty much shipping. Merchant shipping is the best way I'd put it. If someone wishes something transported, they transport like goods or anything like that.
Okay.
As far as I can tell, nothing illegal. As far as I know, nothing illegal. But I do have a question for you, Roger.
Yes.
Kinnery.
Oh,
What
God.
does he do? He turned up.
Oh,
Yeah,
what doesn't Kinnery do besides annoy the world?
Well, he annoyed my brother for a start. I could tell you that much.
Yeah,
But,
Kinnery annoys all.
I'm just wondering what he's involved with, because he seems to... this is, of course, unofficial and just between us four.
Of course.
He is interested in getting access to one of our manufacturing facilities for some reason.
Really?
I don't know what Kinnery's involved with to require that. And there was, I'd say, a veiled threat of some fashion from him.
Truly.
To do with information, which I'd like to know that information myself. Find out what he's... So I don't understand what this is tied in with, but it's strange that he would be interested in a manufacturing facility to make something to transport somewhere else.
Yeah. Kinnery's no stranger to threats. Question for storyteller. Kinnery's job at Pindu, is it, I didn't actually write down, is it just like assistant to Gavigan or secretary?
I think that's his official title. I think is secretary.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
That's what I had written down. I just didn't know if that was me being a little shit.
No, I think that is his official title, as he is like Gavigan's.
Yeah.
I think there's an official title I've got for him written down. Private secretary.
Okay, there we go. Well, Mr. White, he's the private secretary to Mr. Gavigan over at the Pinhu Foundation. That's very interesting, because he definitely made a veiled threat to me as well while I stopped off.
So it may have not actually been from Kinnery. It could have been from the Foundation.
That could be.
You don't know if they're moving any artifacts surreptitiously, do you?
I hadn't heard about moving anything.
I just find it strange you can't manufacture artifacts.
No. I mean, theoretically you could. The morality behind that would be astronomical.
Astronomical
Well, just
morality?
bad. I mean, no, horrible.
What is the Penhew Foundation involved with? I thought it was mainly old things, really.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they
Historical.
were they're my financiers for the digs. They were financing the Scottish dig.
I'm just wondering what sort of machines they might be interested in manufacturing.
Not even heard of anything about machines or manufacturing. I mean, the only thing they've brought up to me is a possible dig in Egypt that they might be interested in sending me off to. That's incredible news to me. Yeah,
I'm very curious about finding out more about which facility, what they want manufactured, and where it's being transported, and what it's all tied in with.
But do you have an idea? Well, you just said. I was just going to ask what facilities. I mean, what are they over on the east side?
I don't know yet. I could probably find out by, I suppose, just inquiring about what facilities we got running at the moment, because by the sound of it, they wanted one of them to be more or less off the books. So I could probably just notice if one of them's no longer manufacturing or something's changed on it.
The reason I'm so interested in this is my side job with Madam Green is investigating this this fellow Ernest Whitfield, who's supposedly getting mixed up in white shipping.
Well, they import and export a lot of stuff, so whether they import anything for him, I don't know. But then again, there's a market for it, they'll sell it.
Sure. Keeping this between us, Mr. White, have you, I mean, I would assume so, but I don't want to assume. Do you know of one of your ships named the Ivory Wind?
Do I keep it?
I would say that Martin is probably not intimately familiar with the names of all ships that your rather large shipping company has in like stakes in or owns. Yeah, I think that's a fair thing to say.
It is fair because he's only starting to look into it now anyhow. I don't know of any myself, but to be fair, I've only just started looking into the shipping side of things now.
Oh, fair.
So what was that name? Ivory?
The Ivory Wind. While I am eternally grateful for Isla's position in the company, between us, when was the last time you spoke with your brother?
Yesterday afternoon.
How did he seem?
Last time I spoke with him, he was very flustered and he was leaving for another meeting outside the house, so I don't know where it was. And this was immediately after the meeting with Kinnery, which hadn't been scheduled. He just turned up.
Yeah, he has a habit of that. Again, between us, because I would prefer to keep her safe as much as possible. Isla mentioned a change in your brother yesterday afternoon in his behaviors, and it seems to kind of echo what you've noticed.
So after that meeting?
Yeah. And to be fair, it could possibly be just Kinnery. He has that effect on everybody. But in the case that it's not, she mentioned holding off one of the ships, the Ivory Wind, for about a week. but also sending a letter, handheld courier, from a Mr. Bolton to the Limehouse over in the East End. I feel like there could be some threads connecting over here.
Could very well be. As it is, I've not fully tied up with or updated with what my brother's up to at the moment in the city. I've tied up with the external side of things and some of the local bits, but not the actual import-export side of things at the moment. So I don't think that's a name I'm familiar with, am I, Keeper? The Mr. Bolton?
Mr. Bolton, I think you've been, look,
I've been there
dealing with your
for a
brothers.
while.
You've been around the office for the last month, a couple of months. You'd know that Mr. Bolton is like
Not an
the
enforcer.
guy, not an enforcer. He's more like the guy your brother sends to sort of get things just sorted. Fixer, I'd say, is more of an apt term.
Yes.
Like, he's more of a fixer. Like, you know, if there's been trouble with like the union at one of like the factories or something, Mr. Bolton can get that fixed, or knows people who can help get that fixed. Like, he is
a problem
more
solver
of handling the
in a physical way.
less pretty side of running a like large business empire.
Yeah. That's the stuff you don't want to do. Yes, I have heard of him. The Mr. Bolton, at least. I think he's handles things people would rather not to be done. I'm trying to think of the best way to explain it. If there's problems that need a heavy hand to resolve, he's that sort of person. I'm not entirely sure how the legalities are, but that's as much as I know on him. So,
well, if you're
that
delivering... Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I'm wondering if what they might be sending this person to deal with.
Yeah.
They tend to give him problems to resolve. So unless Kinnery found out something that was not fully legal that was going on, because it's not possible to know everything that's going on within your companies or your businesses. If something had been going on underhand somewhere, if he had found out about it, maybe that's what the threat is. Perhaps this Mr. Bolton's been sent to resolve that issue.
Could be.
And to make sure any evidence is gone.
Yes. I mean, yeah, if you're gonna handle a situation, you send someone who will handle it first time.
Yes. If I was, let's say for argument's sake, being blackmailed about something from my past, I would want to, before resolving it, I'd get rid of any of the information, destroy all evidence tied with it, and then deal with the blackmailer because they won't have anything to work with.
Precisely.
But I don't know of anything in my past that could be along that side of things, but still a lot to learn.
I would say as well, if you're going to look into it beyond the Ivory Wind, maybe the early import-export business. It seems she was tasked pulling files from early on in the business. And again, between us. But
that would make sense, actually.
Yes.
I would have reason to look at those records.
Yeah.
Because I want to learn about the import-export from start to finish, how the business has gone, what we've been up to. It makes sense for me to look up the earlier records first and work my way forward.
Yeah, it's a good start, and it's a way in.
Also very boring work. But
yeah.
Well,
archaeology isn't always digging.
Exactly.
It's a lot of bookwork as well.
if you just happen to know which early records I should pay extra attention to, that might be useful. I will start at the earliest records, but when I come to those that seem to have been of particular interest, I'll pay more attention to them.
Yes. Well, should I come across any more information on that, I will let you know.
And if I start at the beginning rather than exactly the ones that was called, it would avoid bringing any suspicion to her.
Quite true, yes. And that would be appreciated.
But we've got a week or so.
It sounds like, yes.
So plenty of time to find out a bit more about the ship, find out manifests, that sort of thing, boring things. But
yes,
we've got Bristol to deal with first.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Speaking of Bristol, unless there's any other private conversations you want to have on the train, you eventually arrive at Bristol. You know that the St. Agnes Asylum is only a short sort of trip outside the city. You could go directly there. You could, get a taxi to drive you out there, essentially. I've remembered that cars exist. In probably less than an hour, unless there's anything you want to do in the town of Bristol itself first. You arrive at Bristol railway station, a rather lovely stone building. It's got some lovely arches. Really delightful.
Yes. What should we do? We could head straight there, or we could look around Bristol for a little bit.
Do you have something we need in Bristol?
We could inquire information about the asylum.
Yeah. Sure.
On our way there, perhaps we didn't bring sufficient snacks on the train with us, so if we can find a shop to get something to a nibble, it would be great.
Yeah, we see what the Bristol cheese is like.
Yes.
Oh.
They have some nice local cheeses as well. They generally do. I think some really good West Country cheese, but we're not going to derail the campaign with my suggestions of good cheeseries in the Bristol area.
What would make an ideal cheese board in Bristol?
No, so yeah, you are able to obtain some nice snacks, including some cheese. What other information are you trying to get? Trying to find out.
A little bit about the recent history of the asylum, any rumours or stories that have been going around. Just if there's, like, I don't know, any strange incidents that have been linked to it recently, or perhaps just recent history, like the ownership who works, like the head of the hospital or the asylum, basically.
Reputation, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
Possibly.
how are you going? Sorry, yeah, Roger, ask away.
I think I'm actually answering the question you're going to. I was going to say possibly checking the library for any documents or history as well.
That would be a good way. I'm not sure whether Nigel will be able to use his detective skills to find a guy in the pub or something along those lines.
Yeah, I could look for someone, generally well disposed towards us.
Okay, so Roger's looking in the library, Nigel's looking in the pub.
Yes.
Where are the rest of you looking for clues?
I'd probably go to the pub as well, because I'm quite good with socializing.
Okay.
I guess I'm going to help
Avery.
with the library.
Library? Okay.
Library.
So Team Library is going to the library and Team Pub is going to the pub. As you head to your respective destinations, I would like whatever you deem the appropriate role for gathering clues in your chosen destination.
Brawl?
If you want to start a fist fight and think you can...
No.
Information out of someone else.
Yes.
You can try it, yeah, if you want to grab someone and just, what do you know about St. Agnes? You can do that.
I would
may
rather
point
not.
out that there be, in the terms of who we should translate this into,
Yeah.
governability terms, a limited success, like reduced success.
I think Martin will probably just try and be nice and charming and just get to know people and then just inquire, like a general inquiry about the place. So charm for him.
Yeah, that would work
Charm
well.
and like psychology.
Yeah,
Or-
psychology. If you're trying to get a read on, like, eventually look around for a good person who's reacting to, like.
I guess Roger would use history to kind of go over the history of the Bristol, and I guess looking into the history of St. Agnes.
Yeah. Okay. And Avery?
I'm thinking Elk would probably just try to help with helping finding the books, and hopefully not get distracted with any of the interesting things that are around me in the library.
Okay. So that will be probably a library use, unless you have a better thing you'd like to do.
I mean, I did use the library once or twice, so I'll try that.
Everyone make your rolls.
I actually did that. Wow.
Wow, thank you for the help.
So, we have 1 extreme success and 3 failures there, unless any of those of you who failed would like to either use luck to make that a success or push your roll in some way. For Nigel and Martin, I can think it's obviously pushing your roll, if you fail it again, is going to lead to you probably starting a brawl somehow. I don't know, a failed pushed history roll. You're going to waste a lot of time being deeply distracted by the history of cheeses in Bristol.
Oh, now see, that just sounds awesome. That just makes me want to do it.
So yeah, if any of you want to push by re-rolling, you can do, but failures will have consequences. Otherwise, we will go to what Avery finds.
24 points of luck.
I'm going to push it anyway. I think it'll be fun.
So brawl it is then. Okay.
So just re-roll?
Yeah, it'll just be a straight re-roll for pushing it. Push your charm.
Nope, that's a fail.
I'll push it as well.
Yep.
Who knows? Maybe
Okay.
cheese will. No way.
Okay. So, we will start with Team Library before we get over to Team Pub. Roger, you're able to determine from just general history knowledge. Bristol was founded. The earliest evidence of habitation in the Bristol area was in the Paleolithic era.
Oh, boring.
Yeah, you would know from your reading in the past a fair bit about the general history of Bristol. It has been around for a long time. It's got a long history as a town and as a trading port. In terms of the asylum itself, it has probably been there for, I'm going to say, only about 50 odd years. Like, it's not an ancient building. It's named after there was a St. Agnes Abbey that used to stand on the site. The abbey itself was dissolved in I'm going to get my dissolution dates. It was dissolved during the Reformation, during the dissolution of the monasteries. The building was dismantled. Stones were used to build a nearby house, and a long time later, that house, on the side of that house, was converted and turned into the asylum, sort of expanded and built out upon. But yeah, the site was originally an abbey. Anything else? I think that's the most of the gist of what you get. There's a lake nearby. It's actually less of a lake and more of it's a trout pond, really. Originally built during the time as an abbey for the keeping of trout. Avery, with your extreme success on gleaning information on St. Agnes. you would know that it is run by a Dr. Highsmith. He is... This is mostly probably from a newspaper article you would find in the archives of Bristol newspapers. That Highsmith took over the asylum about 5 years ago. He is considered quite progressive in terms of the treatment and sort of the use of the asylum. You know, modern advancements, but it's still quite a grim sounding place. You would know that they've got a total staff of about 25 people. It consisting of Dr. Highsmith himself, 7 nurses, 14 orderlies, and 3 administrators. Of varying levels of training. The orderlies, you've got general nurses, and the orderlies sort of handle laundry and janitorial and that sort of stuff. What else suits an extreme success? To know everything there could possibly be to know about St. Agnes Asylum. You would know that there have been some incidents in there. There was a case earlier this year when one of the orderlies was supposedly stabbed to death by an inmate. Happened earlier this year.
Okay.
Sort of start of summer, someone called Cuthbert Yates, a nurse called Cuthbert Yates. That's a name you'll hopefully not forget. There's not enough Cuthberts in the world. Was stabbed to death. This was blamed on one of the inmates. Not blamed on. This is supposed to be, one of the inmates stabbed one of the nurses to death. I don't want to read too much into my choice of words there. I think you'd also read an article that specifically refers to Alexander Roby.
Oh, look at that.
There is an article talking about how the somewhat notorious murderer Alexander Roby has been sort of sent to St. Agnes. So, Alexander Roby was arrested for the murder of 2 other members of the Roby family.
Oh boy. Okay.
At his family home. And the article probably doesn't go into much detail on that. It's almost assuming that you've already read, previous installments on the what Alexander Roby did sort of list. But yes. It says that I think it would say the murder of a Herbert Arthur Roby and his daughter Miss Georgiana Roby were both killed, and their murderer Alexander Roby has been sent to St. Agnes.
Okay. I'm gonna give.
This happened back in October 1920.
Alright.
The murder.
1920. Okay.
Which you realise probably explains why you yourself were not aware of this notorious murder case, is because it happened during the period of time you missed.
Yeah, fair. I will probably take those papers and just bring them over to Roger. I think I found something.
Oh, yes, please. And you'll see Roger just ready to jump away from this book. I'm finding nothing.
I'm going to spread them out and just point out the different articles.
Oh, yes. Oh. And he'll point to the Roby. This good find. This seems like our mark.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I
Yes.
exactly. Well, that's what I thought. I was not sure if I heard the name correctly earlier, but that sounds correct.
Yeah, that looks correct. Yeah, it seems this place has really only been here about 50 years. It was named after the abbey that was there, St. Agnes. So, interesting. Okay. So I think we were a little on the dot there.
We are definitely correct here. We have the name of the guy.
Yeah.
Um, we have the Saint Agnes. We definitely should get up there.
Yes, he does sound quite dangerous. Doesn't feel like it is enough, but dangerous for sure. Well, Mr. Avery, and you'll see Roger tap um, his arm with the sleeve up. It's the arm he usually hides the dagger in. Worst comes to worst.
Okay. So, meanwhile, Team Pub. You ask around. You're trying to be charming and sort of likable, and you don't know what it is about your demeanor, but you do not come off as charming and likable to the locals of Bristol. And
even with a hard success.
well, yours is a psychology. We'll get to yours in a minute.
Okay.
As Martin is sort of subtly trying to be friendly and slip in questions about things. The end result is we sort of cut to a scene where there's this quite large, burly Bristolian man right up in Martin's face, like hand in his collar, like, "You want to say that again?" And in a Bristol accent there. No, I can't do it. I need to run up on a Bristol accent. Say that again. Oh, fist right in your face, like, "I don't want to see you in my pub again." And like almost sort of bodily throws him out the door of the pub.
Oh well.
But as this
something I said.
As this was going on, Nigel, you noticed that one of the other men in the pub definitely reacted when Martin was mentioning St. Agnes. You saw one man, sort of his ears seemed to prick up at the mention of St. Agnes. You saw him get a little sort of uncertain looking. And as this distraction is going on, as Martin is being sort of bodily thrown out, you see this man sort of gathering up his things, paying his tab, and just kind of trying to just shuffle out without drawing any more attention to himself.
Is there anything distinguishing about him?
He is sort of a short, stocky, red-headed man.
Okay.
Probably in his 30s. Dressed kind of not very fancy, but not like really scruffy either. So very middle of the road.
Yeah. And he's not making me think of anything that Roger saw, or the sketches from Martin.
He does not seem to fit either of your sort of sketch fit-ups of your interested parties.
Okay.
He's neither of them was described as a redhead to begin with. But yeah, he's got a different build as well. He looks
okay.
You think even if it was a really, really bad sketch, it would have to be truly awful to like supposed to be this man. Like,
okay.
Like if this man is the sketch, you've got no hope.
Okay. Well, I mean, things can be lost in translation between Roger describing and Martin sketching, so it was worth asking about. Okay. How close am I to him? I mean, am I in?
You're probably near enough that you could either like just go after him or grab him. You're pretty close. You can approach him. Or
I was gonna say, yeah. Can you believe he mentioned St. Agnes?
He kind of looks. Were you two obviously together when you were in the pub, or were you pretending not to know each other?
I think we probably would have not tried to be obvious
We're doing different things. I was trying to get information. He was watching people, so
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
he was probably
So-
watching to see how people
Yeah,
reacted
you
to
see,
what I did.
he kind
Right.
of gives us. That is. What's that to you?
Oh, I had a.
What's that to you? No, I still can't do it. No, I can try. I can't channel it.
I'll imagine it.
Just imagine everyone here sounds slightly like Sam Gamgee.
Okay.
I think that's
Oh.
the best.
Okay, what kind of good lie can I come up with really quickly? Well, I had some business. There was a patient I needed to see.
I mean, that's seems.
Maybe it doesn't seem to be the sort of subject the subject of a pub brawl.
Oh, Tim's. Timothy. Yeah.
Tim?
No, I'm going with Tim. Tim is the
Okay.
game. No, I was gonna. Let me finish the sentence and you'll realise why I stalled on with a Tim was a good name for this guy. Yeah, Tim's brother Cuthbert used to work up there. Yeah. Yeah, no, Timothy and Cuthbert. I can roll with this. Yeah,
Okay.
Tim's brother used to work up there, but the man like Lois ago, he got killed.
Oh, really? But
Yeah,
by who?
a couple of months back. One of the inmates.
Oh, the inmate.
Yeah.
I thought they. That's not good. I mean, it means they're not keeping good control of the patients.
No, it shouldn't have happened, but don't know how it happened, but it did. But yeah, he's a bit touchy about the whole.
Well, I'll not bring it up with him then.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah.
Or
Yeah, it's but yeah, you want. Hey, why are you interested in one of the inmates? You're not a
You're supposed to-
journalist, are you?
No, certainly not. Just a familiar relation. This is what I'm looking into. I'm a detective, and I have a case back in London, but they sort of sent me out this way.
Oh. Detective, eh? Well, if you need anyone to show you around when you're up there, I can give
That
you a
would be
hand.
really useful.
Yeah.
What's a good time to get in touch with you?
Well, I'll be. This is my day off. I'll be at work tomorrow.
Okay. All right then.
Frederick Long.
Nice to meet
Offers
you.
his hand to shake.
Okay, and he shakes Nigel Hargreaves.
Good to meet you. But yeah, I'd probably find a different pub.
Yeah, I think so. Although they seem to have ejected the troublemaker, whatever that
Troublemaker.
was.
Yeah.
All right then, I'll see you tomorrow then.
See you tomorrow. And he turns away. But yeah, unless there's anything else anyone wants to do, you are able to convene together with the information you have gathered. As Team Pub and Team Library are located possibly in the lounge of the hotel you're staying at.
Okay.
It's still by this point probably not long after lunchtime. It's still very early afternoon, but yeah, you're able to gather together in a sort of a private corner to discuss what you want to do next with proceeding with whether you're going up to St. Agnes or whether there's any particular way you want to approach this.
Well, how did well, Martin, what did you say to that guy?
I had not realised that some things in slang from London would be rather insulting here in Bristol. Just a simple misunderstanding.
You didn't.
But at least there's a bit of a distraction for you.
It was, and quite fortuitous as well. The guy I put an eye on and then talked to him during your altercation. That guy's name was Tim, by the way.
Oh, nice to know. Nice to know the name of the person who's throwing me out of the pub.
Yeah. Apparently he was very sensitive because his brother was murdered there. He was an orderly some time ago. And he's
That would-
very, very sensitive about the subject.
He did strike me as the sensitive sort.
Is it the brother of Cuthbert Yates?
Did he say?
I think that Frederick wouldn't have actually said the surname. I think he just said Tim's brother Cuthbert.
Ah, okay. I
There
don't
might be a
know.
lot of Cuthberts around the
Yeah,
area. You never know.
He didn't give me the last name, but his first name was Cuthbert.
Okay.
Not overly common like Tom or Harry.
No, definitely. No Tick Toms or Harrys, yeah. We came across an article, Avery and I did. Well, really, truthfully, credit where credit is due, Avery came across most of the information. I got a lot of history of St. Agnes and Bristol.
I mean, it happens.
So it does, yes. But we came across the article about an orderly that was murdered by one of the inmates a few months ago.
Okay, then that's probably what he was talking about.
Okay.
I was able to establish a bit of a rapport with him. I'm supposed to meet him tomorrow morning. He said he could show me around the facility because I told him I was a detective coming from London. There was a patient. I was sent out this way to gather information.
Well, that's perfect. Well, the gentleman we're looking for, Mr. Roby, is there. He's been there for a few years for murdering 2 members of his family.
The big question is, though, what do we do when we find him?
I mean, talking to him, I'm assuming.
What we always do.
And the other person who's sort of encouraging him, if we find out who that is, how do we deal with that?
I
How do we
mean,
prevent them completing the spell?
I am working on a solution for that. I mean, it might be overkill and it might not work, but it's a way.
What are you thinking?
I mean, I have this idea, and I'm gonna start texting them with the schematics and stuff that I've planned for the.
So, in response to what should we do about this man, you propose portal gun.
Yes. No, it's not a rational solution, but it is a solution that looks like I have an answer already for. My answer might fit the solution that I'm needing.
Well, I mean, I'm already impressed with your engineering skills and the keeping the society powered for years and years. So, I mean, I might take that. Okay. Can you put that together?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
I still need to go to space somehow first.
I think Martin figured that out today. There's that enormous fellow down in the pub.
You could probably throw someone up there.
That would be sad to see.
But I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. But
That's okay.
You know, if that guy in the pub, Tim, was Cuthbert's brother, and they were anything like physically like each other, it must have been quite some fight. Because that guy was enormous.
The gentleman we were looking for doesn't strike me as much of a fighter, though.
No.
So unless the orderly or nurse, whichever one it was who was killed, they just blamed it on the patient, and it was someone else who did it.
Well, that is a possibility.
Who would believe a patient who's locked up there if they were to deny it?
Exactly.
May I point out that, this might be a misunderstanding of what I told you. Nobody has said that it was Roby who killed Yates. It just said it was an inmate. No one has named the inmate that killed Yates.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. To be fair, if Roby is the gentleman I saw in the vision, he's I believe he would be easily recognizable, but a thin, disheveled, small man. And he's been there for years. I am Probably we don't need to do it now. I am curious about the lake here. Almost as a, if things go sour. Because in the vision, the spell, the incantation failed, and they mentioned needing the lake. So
we could meet them there if we were
that's a
to
possibility.
But we don't know how far in the future that would be.
No. My concern, too, is stopping Roby may stop it now, but if there's more, because we have the other, depending on, I'm assuming Roby was the smaller, frail gentleman. Roby could be, well, I imagine probably not, being that Roby is an inmate and the other gentleman was in orderly uniform. But if, say, Roby is taken out of the equation, he could possibly be replaced.
True. But who is that other gentleman, and why do they want it to happen?
Exactly. Storyteller, did I get enough of a look of the figure, like the frame, the profile, to be able to possibly recognize it?
The profile of the taller, the orderly in the vision.
Yes, the one in shadow.
Yeah, I'd say medium build, sort of. Not massively muscly, like not as big as Tim Yates, who is one of the. Well, you didn't actually see Tim Yates, but not as big as Martin's description of Tim Yates. Yeah. Martin's description might have added, a couple more inches even onto it. I don't know.
There were 3 gentlemen who threw me. I could certainly keep my eyes out.
Yeah, you think you could definitely feel like if you saw this man before, you'd probably have a good chance of recognizing him. Okay. Like you said, you've got a much better sketch of the inmate than the orderly, because the orderly was mostly in silhouette. You only got a brief glance to the side of his face, but you think maybe you would recognize him if you saw him face to face. Maybe, probably.
Yep. It's possible I might be able to recognize the orderly if while we're in there. It's possible. I think I got a good enough of a look, but my concern is what is in the lake that they need.
Time to take a swim.
Yeah. Maybe not tonight. But if we're gonna stop this, like stopping this.
So, if there's anything special about the lake, well, Nigel, if you get your tour tomorrow, if Roger were to go with you, he'd probably be able to recognize the other person. As for myself and Avery, whether we join you or if we arrive separately.
Okay.
I'm not sure which.
I don't know how much attention we want to draw to ourselves. At least,
like 4 people having a tour is one thing, but you and one other,
right?
Might be. Yeah, that might be a work. That could work if you two do that. Be shown around the place, and myself and Avery, maybe we have another look on a more official capacity to inquire about the facility.
Okay.
Okay, well, it definitely sounds like tomorrow we're heading up to St. Agnes at the top of the hill to investigate properly. But that will have to wait until, indeed, next week.